But you're not directing traffic right now. Can you please stop pointing and waving your hand? Go through that way and you're trying to... No, because I don't have to. I haven't broken the law, so stop giving me direct...
This episode is brought to us by Auditor Ed. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this video, Auditor Ed is peacefully filming outside Wiltshire Police Headquarters when a sergeant marches out and immediately challenges him over an activity that is entirely lawful. She attempts every tactic she can think of to force a member of the public away from the pavement. But rather than demonstrating genuine leadership, the sergeant finds herself being thoroughly corrected on the law right outside her own headquarters. Ed stands his ground, dismantles her weak arguments one by one, and leaves her with nowhere to go. It is an uncomfortable watch for the police, ending with the sergeant and her team walking away defeated the moment they realize they cannot intimidate a well-informed citizen.
Okay, well this is restricted area. So
restricted how, sorry?
That bit over there is fine.
Which bit over the way,
because you see where the barrier is?
Yeah,
so you shouldn't really be walking in this area?
But I thought I was allowed to. I mean, I didn't cross any barriers or gates or anything, I just walked in.
There's a barrier down there.
For cars though, there isn't one for the pedestrian access, is there?
If you don't mind,
sorry.
I'm just asking you to move out of the way because you haven't got a pass and I don't know who you are.
I know, I understand that, but I'm just also letting...
It's not public.
It is, it's a police station.
No, this isn't public.
This is the police station.
Yeah, I know it's a police station.
So it is public.
It's not a public police station, it's the headquarters, so it's not somewhere for the public.
No, I think you misunderstand me. What I mean to say is, this place is funded by taxpayers' money.
Yep.
I'm a taxpayer, which effectively, if we're going to split hairs, and I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but effectively this is my grounds. I mean, you couldn't trespass me from here because I'm on public land.
Well, this is private, so I'm asking you to leave the area.
Sorry, but this is not a private place. This is a police station. This is the police headquarters.
This episode is brought to us by Auditor Ed. Be sure to check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this video, Auditor Ed is peacefully filming outside Wiltshire Police Headquarters when a sergeant marches out and immediately challenges him over an activity that is entirely lawful. She attempts every tactic she can think of to force a member of the public away from the pavement. But rather than demonstrating genuine leadership, the sergeant finds herself being thoroughly corrected on the law right outside her own headquarters. Ed stands his ground, dismantles her weak arguments one by one, and leaves her with nowhere to go. It is an uncomfortable watch for the police, ending with the sergeant and her team walking away defeated the moment they realize they cannot intimidate a well-informed citizen.
And I believe under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, I have the express right to be here under my implied rights of access. I've just come in to make a little video for my YouTube channel. I have a lot of people who are interested. Sorry, if you let me finish. Sorry, if you let me finish. If you let me finish.
That's private and confidential.
Okay, that's fine. But I was just saying to you, before you interrupted me, that I was going to make my way through there, film the marked police vehicles as I was, and then I'll be on my way.
Okay, well, over there then.
Yeah, please don't give... Listen, please, look, I hate...
Not here.
Excuse me, but you're not directing traffic right now. Can you please stop pointing and waving your hand? I'm not a dog, I'm a human being.
I know, and I'm asking you politely.
I haven't been rude to you. I haven't been rude to you, miss.
I'm asking you politely.
I know, and now you're raising my voice. I haven't been rude. I've just said to you that I'm going to go through that way and you're trying to... No, because I don't have to. I haven't broken the law, so stop giving me directives. I'll do as I please. Don't give me directives. I have not... Why are you walking right behind me? You're causing me harassment, alarm and distress right now. I am doing what this... No, I won't. I'm going to walk at my own pace. I told her... No, I haven't broken the law. Why? I have not broken the law. So why would I follow her instructions? You're out of your jurisdiction, Sergeant, with all due respect.
The sergeant opens the encounter with a plainly inaccurate claim, insisting the location is a restricted area despite the obvious fact that Ed crossed no barriers, gates, or access controls to reach it. Under Section 128 of the Serious Organized Crime and Police Act 2005, a site must be officially designated by the Secretary of State and clearly marked with visible signage before it can be treated as a legally restricted location. In other words, this supervisor appears to be inventing security boundaries on the spot. Her next argument, that the headquarters is closed to the public, is equally unconvincing. A police facility remains a public institution funded by taxpayers, and simply changing the sign outside to headquarters does not suddenly remove a citizen's right to stand on open and accessible land.
Sorry, yeah, why are you following me, please? Alright, and also, no, but I'm not on private property. A couple of other things as well. Your body camera is recording, and in your policy, it says that you will tell the member of the public when you activate your body camera. Furthermore, you will take your hands out of your pockets and stop with your slovenly behaviour, Constable. Okay? Get your hands out of your pockets, sir.
My camera is recording.
Yes, it is. You should have told me that you were recording before you approached me. So everything I have said before this point will be treated without prejudice. Do you understand?
There's no prejudice
Thank
at
you.
all.
So, I am being followed by these police officers.
You can't go in certain parts of the police station, okay?
Okay.
Simple as that.
But it's a police station. It's funded by the public.
Yes.
It's ours.
Certain
We own it.
You're allowed to go to, okay?
Yeah, but it's policy that restricts us, not law, sir.
Okay.
So I follow law.
What can I help you with?
Nothing. I didn't intend on any interactions. I just walking around. I told you I would like to look at some marked police cars. I have people who have an interest in them.
The sergeant's immediate dismissal of Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972, which he claims is irrelevant despite Ed raising it in defense of information gathering on matters of public interest, demonstrates a striking lack of understanding. Rather than engaging with the legal issues being raised, she attempted emotional diversion by referring to a high-risk missing person investigation and suggesting that it justifies clearing the area. The problem is that it has absolutely no legal connection to a man peacefully holding a camera on open ground. Even when Ed voluntarily agrees to reposition himself, the sergeant continues issuing instructions about exactly where he should stand, seemingly unaware that because no laws are being broken, her directions carry no legal authority. At this stage, it becomes increasingly clear that the sergeant is attempting to win a power struggle she has already lost.
I'm okay here, yeah?
But ideally...
No, not ideally, ma'am. And I feel like we got off on the wrong foot over there, but let's stick to law. If you don't want people to go around there, you need to gate it. Because otherwise people are just going to go there because... And you know why, Sergeant? Because we have the lawful right to under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972. If I can walk through it without crossing a barrier by opening it, climbing it, or moving around it, I am free to enter it. You know this, Sergeant.
It says no unauthorised access.
I understand that, but it's a civil matter, isn't it?
So therefore, because of our threat level, we have to
What threat
question
level?
those
This
that aren't...
disproportionate, ma'am.
The threat level is that I don't know who you are because you're not wearing a lanyard, you haven't got any identification.
Yeah, I do have ID, you haven't asked me for it.
Well, I'm about to, but it got into a slight altercation over there.
Well, yeah, but I feel like you escalated that.
Okay, fine.
But we can agree to disagree because I know what police are like. I heard this lady speaking to the gentleman over there, and she tarred me with the same brush as what your generic your generic handed down information is given. So, and I heard her say that.
The harassment continues even after Ed moves into an area that is unquestionably public. Despite complying, he remains under observation by a subordinate officer who begins recording him without providing any clear notification beforehand. This approach appears inconsistent with guidance surrounding body-worn video, which emphasizes transparency and encourages officers to make it clear when recording is taking place in order to maintain public confidence. Rather than exercising independent judgment, the officer simply repeats the sergeant's already challenged position, forcing Ed to once again explain the difference between internal policy and actual law.
But if your front door was open, you wouldn't just want me to walk into your front door?
But legally you could.
No,
yes, you could.
No.
If my front door is open,
we can't.
Listen,
we can't.
sir,
We can't
excuse me.
into your house.
Sorry, Michael. You may not be as a police officer, right? But everybody on this planet who walks this planet with 2 feet, has an implied right of access. If I leave I leave my door open and somebody comes in my house, it could be construed as aggravated trespass. It could be. However, the black and white of the law says if my front door is open, anybody may walk in until I revoke their implied rights of access.
Because you obviously know a lot about legislation.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able
enough to stay safe, at least.
Yeah. You wouldn't go up to the office window and film through the window.
Well, I would if I wanted to, because I wouldn't be breaking the law if I did that. Because
you know what I mean? That's kind of thing that's gonna.
I'm not gonna be here to. I'm not here to purposely antagonise anybody. So I'm not going to do anything purposefully to antagonise anybody. But I will exercise my rights, and I will defend my rights vehemently if needed.
The sergeant's position continues to unravel when she effectively concedes that Ed ideally should not be in the car park, rather than explaining any genuine legal restriction. That single comment undermines her previous claims and exposes that her objections are based on personal preference rather than legislation. Ed immediately highlights this distinction, reminding her to focus on the law rather than her own opinions. Attempting to regain control of the encounter, she then makes a remarkable claim that Ed represents a security risk simply because he is not wearing an official lanyard. That argument falls apart instantly. National threat assessments and building security procedures operate within established counterterrorism frameworks and rely on genuine indicators of hostile reconnaissance, not on whether a member of the public standing in an open area happens to be wearing a plastic identification badge. I've got huge news. Memberships are now officially live. You can support the platform by subscribing to the website below for just $7.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. Your support helps keep this platform running, funds independent journalism, and allows me to continue producing the breakdowns, investigations, and resources that people need but rarely find in one place. If you value the work and want to help it grow, the link is below.
Your details just...
No, I haven't broken the law. You can, are you asking me for ID?
Look, see, as just cops, we give you permission for us to be featured on any videos.
You've got your faces covered. Your public officials, your crown
case. There you go.
Your crown
I
servant.
still don't give you permission. Okay.
You have no expectations of privacy in a public place, dude. So,
I'll just remind you that I haven't given you.
you're ex-army, aren't you?
I'm not ex-army, no.
Yeah, sure. I've just had a really nice talk with Michael, and I come over. It just seems like police just can't help but give directives. Like, stop giving directives to people who haven't done anything wrong and go about your business. It's disrespectful. Yeah, no, I'm not going to come past the bollards. Okay. What's your number anyway, you young buck?
70.
And your name?
Sure.
Are you sure? Do you suspect me of terrorism offences? Then you absolutely do have to give me your name, sir.
The officers attempt at a hypothetical comparison, suggesting that Ed would not want strangers walking to his own front door, completely backfires and reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of property law. The landmark High Court ruling in Robson v. Howlett firmly establishes the principle of implied right of access, which allows members of the public to approach a property's entrance using an unobstructed pathway for lawful purposes. The officer's confusion regarding where civil trespass begins and ends demonstrates that he is hardly in a position to lecture anyone else on property boundaries. He then incorrectly tells Ed that he cannot film through the station windows, a claim that is entirely unsupported by UK law. There is no legal expectation of privacy for activities that are plainly visible from a public vantage point.
270.
Yeah? You based from here as well, are you? Yep. You based here, are you? Are you based here? Oh, no. Are you based here? Can I see your warrant card, please? And you have to give me 3 forms of ID. You've given me your number and your uniform, so either give me your name or show me your warrant card. How long have you been a constable?
Tell you.
Huh?
I don't have to tell you.
No, but what you do need to do is know the law and your policy. And your policy states that when a member of the public asks you to identify, you will identify with 3 forms of ID. I will accept your uniform. You have given me your number, so you will either show me your warrant card or you'll tell me your name, sir. Or you will receive a complaint.
You're more than welcome to put in a complaint.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fine. Off you go then.
Okay, thank you.
You're no longer required. When a constable you are around acts outside of his remit, you should say something, because you know what I said earlier, and you questioned me and you said actually it's not all officers, but when a good officer doesn't say something to a bad officer, that makes him just as bad. Yeah, of course. You don't.
The arrival of another officer only adds further legal confusion to the encounter when he claims that Ed requires explicit permission to include officers in his video recordings. That assertion ignores long-established legal principles, as well as College of Policing guidance relating to media engagement, which confirms that members of the public and the press are entitled to film police officers carrying out their duties in public places. Public officials performing public functions have no automatic expectation of privacy while on duty. To make matters worse, when asked to identify himself, the officer provides only his shoulder number. Ed quickly points out that one of the limited circumstances in which an officer may withhold their name relates to specific counterterrorism considerations, such as those arising under the Terrorism Act 2000. The officer openly acknowledges that no such circumstances exist in this case.